Anita, your favorite diva, and I'm back. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Let the diva know you stopped by. Make sure you subscribe if you like the vibe. If this is your first time here, welcome and welcome back, Diva Squad. And so I give it 3 out of 5 stars. It knew what it was, and it delivered just that. Doing a trailer reaction. Here on Diva the Divas channel.
Hey, you guys. What is going on? How are you guys doing? The chat is popping. Y'all got me looking like okay. Well, let me do. It's Nita, your favorite diva, and I am back to do Forever. This is episodes 3 and 4. And of course, I'm not here to do it alone. I have an esteemed panel. Also, too, we have 2 guests that are joining us for the conversation, y'all. So let me go through and talk to everybody, and while we get ready backstage, let me speak to everybody. Lemon Kush Pepper, Renee Beckham, Daria, hello, sweetie. Brillo, Monica M, Inga's in the chat, Corruptor, Justin Shelton. Yes, y'all, we getting ready to do it. Y'all look like y'all is here at attention. So I'm so excited. Let me bring up my panel. And we're going to be talking about some things. I'm just going to bring them up for their thoughts. And we got Inga, we got Moochie, we got Tamika. And then also, too, we have 2 special guests. Okay. We got 2 special guests that are coming up on stage. But without further ado, let me go ahead and bring up the crew as you know it. Okay, y'all. So we have Inga 71, also known as Ginger Snaps. Hey.
Hey, what's going on?
Everything's good. Everything is great. We got our girl Tamika from Tamika's Den. Hello, Tamika.
Hey. What's going on?
Hey. Yes. And we have 2 guests. First, we got some testosterone on the panel, y'all. Let's go ahead and bring him up. Brillo, the big review, y'all. Yes, y'all turn on your notifications, like, comment, and subscribe. What's up, Brillo?
I know y'all probably thought I wouldn't even be watching nothing like this. Well, what up, everybody? What up, chat? We back in the building. Brillo.
Yeah, absolutely. No, actually, like this show reminds me of something like Bel Air. So it's not really like for a woman or for a man, and I think it's a good little twist to mix it up. Okay. And last and especially not least, Pretty Girl Loves Trap TV. She is Grace, my champion.
Hi, Nita. Thank you for having me. Hey, everyone.
Absolutely, y'all. So we are going to be breaking it down only the way we can. Okay. See is in the building. I see y'all. So let's go ahead and I want to get Pretty Girl and Brillo's opinions of the show overall, and we're going to be really focused on 3 and 4. Since they weren't here last week, I'm just going to have them kind of like, drop their stuff, okay? Ladies first.
Well, I immediately fell in love with the show. I was telling myself, let me just watch one episode, put my little, baby toe in the water. I ended up watching the whole season in one sitting. Like, I rarely ever do something like that. It pulled me in. But I just love this coming of age, like, love story, that had nothing to do with real. I would say it has some I don't want to say toxic things, but some tragedy per se, but it's not detrimental in the sense. So it was good to not have to, there were some moments, but
right,
it was just good to just have just like a feel good. I mean, it's a roller coaster. It's teenage love, so it's going to have its things, but it just such a beautiful story, and we need more of this. But I just love the dynamics of the characters. The casting is great. The cinematography, like, I love when directors and producers and cinematographers just really just focus and hone in and add the I should say the location as its own character. Just seeing how beautiful LA is, and we get to see Hollywood Hills, we get to see, Inglewood, we get to see all these different parts of LA. So I love when they tie that in. But overall, I love this show, and I'm so excited to know that it's a season 2.
Yes, absolutely. Grills, what you got?
I thought it was a good show. Like what I'm saying, it was something positive. I liked it. I liked the portrayal of a positive black mother and father. Really, and it kind of got me to thinking and from different perspectives. So I enjoyed it. I kind of binged it too, but I surprisingly enjoyed it a lot. So
Absolutely.
it was like I said, it was wasn't too much negativity, and it was I just like the portrayal of the characters. They were really solid.
Yeah, I think that there was a lot of nuance in the story. Yes, there were some unhealthy kind of things going on with the relationship and stuff, but you kind of understood it because you got to see the background of it. You understood, it was very nuanced, and I thought it was a good, wholesome story. What's up, one journey? And I really appreciated that. So yeah. All right, Inga, let's go. Where y'all at with it?
Oh, I like the whole series. I'm here for it. I'm definitely here for it. I loved it.
Yeah.
It took me through all kind of I talked about this last week. It took me through all kind of emotional roller coasters because I've been both those mothers, the helicopter mom and the single mom, and I mentioned last week, my son is Justin. When I see Justin, I see my son. So yeah, I understand and love the Wood Harris is the father. No, I can't say enough about that father. I think he was. We need to see more fathers like this on screen. So
yeah. I loved it. These were actually one of my favorite episodes. Like it kind of a little pissed me off towards the end, but when I tell you that girl, oh my god,
she worked my nerves.
She was a little frustrating on the 4th episode. This whole thing of her trying to navigate this whole thing about her mom, not disappointing her mom, and doing all the things. And the decision that she made, I was just like, girl, what are you doing?
Yeah, not want to tell your mother about what happened and all that. I mean, if she had just had that conversation, we wouldn't have. But I guess we wouldn't have got the whole journey.
Right.
She had told her early. If she had told her at the beginning, and then the show would have ended at episode 1 or 2. Wouldn't have had the whole journey. But yeah, it frustrated me. I agree with you about that.
Yeah.
Like, we went through all around the world, and all you do is just tell your mother what had happened.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, very frustrating.
Yeah, I just don't think it's as easy as it sounds, especially her mom doesn't even know she's active. I mean, she's, she did one act, but not the other. But if you keep hearing, like she said to her mom, or her mom saying to her, like, go to school, don't have such and such, like that's the main point. So it's like, I can understand the pressure of feeling like a disappointment to your mom if she's mainly honing in, like, don't give up your flowers. You know what I'm saying? So yes. I got her point. I got everybody's point of view, but I just know
I'm not beating her up at all. I understand. I'm just saying that doesn't mean I'm not frustrated, but I'm saying, I understand. And she was trying to also, like you said, she didn't want to disappoint her mother because her mother wants her to go off to college and become some of herself, because the mother is that struggling single mom who got to work 2-3 jobs. And I know about having to work all these jobs and work these old damn funky jobs, and just so you can put some food on the table. Yeah. And that's what she didn't want for her daughter to have to go through that. So, so she was doing a lot of things, dealing with that boy that she didn't want to have to deal with, that other guy, because You know, she didn't want to disappoint her mother. I'm not. I understand the reason. I don't mean I wasn't looking at my TV and want to throw a shoe at my TV every time
All right. Yeah, that's a great.
Nina, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I agree with everybody. I ain't really got much to add on top of that. I'll just say that this is a very well written show. Like I knew about it. I was telling people about it from my What You Should Be Watching. I remember sharing the trailer, and I remember being like, "Oh, Julie Bloom, I'm gonna go back to that." But I wasn't really in a rush. Then it was like everybody named Mama was talking about it, and when y'all said y'all was gonna do the review, I'm like, "Okay, I'm trying my best just to stick to the episodes we reviewing." But it's so freaking good and pulling me in. I wasn't expecting to get all the different emotions I was getting. I'm like, "Oh man, I want to know what else gonna happen next." So. It's just very, very well written, and I thought it was supposed to be just a limited series. So I'm definitely excited for what they're gonna bring for season 2.
Absolutely, absolutely. Pretty Girl had a point that I really wanted to segue onto because it was something that it might have been really, really small to somebody, but when I say that the show is very nuanced and how the messaging that the daughter was receiving all this time. So I did pull a clip and I want us to look at it and here we're kind of gonna look at it, but not really. I got the little cover, so it's gonna be covered, it's not gonna be too long or whatever, but wanted to pull out this one little clip. So let's listen to her.
My love, it's comfy. Oh, okay. You know what else is comfy? Couches. You want to look at couch? I can get like a weekend job, you know, after I'm done picking up the trash. Girl, just keep your books open and your legs closed, okay? We are almost there. You know, stay on you. Ooh, y'all, did you ever figure out this whole flower situation? Yes. So
The messaging. So when we talk about what she did and why she did certain things, one thing that really stood out to me with this particular thing was that we were listening to a woman whose messaging is keep your legs closed and do all the things. So that's why when she had that instance with Christian, she was, doing a little sloppy toppy. Same thing, like you kind of work around what your mother and your parents don't want you to do and stuff like that. And that's why that was her go-to, because her mother always enforced that whole keep your legs closed, don't do this, don't do that, and whatever.
Yes, loopholes.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't know. I'm making a concerted effort to try to understand, try to be a more sensitive to certain things, because honestly, ladies, I'm not. I only can see things from my perspective, I guess, and I'm trying to work on that, because it was just irritating to me. She was irritating me with the way, like, I get it. You did something, the recording got out, this and that, but like the things that she was doing, I didn't understand, like why she just wouldn't tell her mom.
Right.
I mean, I get it, but you were scared, but you torture yourself at this point, going to proms, and
that's what I'm saying. That's where I'm going with it. I'm trying to be sympathetic to the young lady, but I'm with you on this one, Willow.
I'm trying to be cool and be sensitive to it, because social media, this and that, it's a tough situation. But damn, I mean, you gotta forgive yourself and move on. Like you moving goofy. Talking about going to prime and keeping this big secret, got the whole town know about it, everybody know about it, but your mama. Her mom, I would have been more mad about that.
Yeah, I'm not going to the prom. Okay, if you don't tell your mother, you keep it a secret, that's one thing.
Just say we broke up. We broke up.
No, we ain't going to the prom. The mother said, well, why you not going? Because you just said, we broke up. I don't fool with him no more.
Right, exactly.
Blame fear, you know what I'm saying? So,
but yeah, do you? Sorry.
No, go ahead.
But I don't know if you guys noticed, like, there's a trend with her. Like, she tries to move on, i.e., Justin, but there's always these instances that do come up that bring her and reel her back in. When her mom brought the dress, because she told him when they consummated their relationship, and she's like, I'm going to tell my mom tonight. When her mom gets home, She sees the dress, she sees the rent increase. So now she's feeling that pressure again, like I gotta comply, you know. And in addition to the shame, like she told Christian before, nobody's talking about him in the video. It's her, you know, it's that double standard. So, and of course, in future episodes, we'll see more of the layers that put that peel back. But I clearly see why. I don't know, maybe just me just being a girl and who's been through things as a teen. I get that. Like I remember being in the car with my grandmother, and I don't know, it was a commercial, but she asked me, she turned to me, she was like, "Are you active?" I'm like, "No." Like, why you ask me that? Like, I can't even admit that. You know what I'm saying? So I get that awkwardness when it comes to that, because as women, we're told that's a no-no. Yeah. But in males, some of them are encouraged. Was like, who are they doing it with? It has to be some women, but I completely see.
Like, why force yourself to go to the prom? That part.
What happened?
Well, why force yourself to go to the prom?
Well, because she feel pressure because her mom spent all that money on the dress, and she already got kicked out of, well, not kicked, she left the school. So now she knows. I saw the paper, the tuition is $700 a month that her mom is paying. So it's like she's you know, she's created a web of lies to where she feels like she's covering up, doing more things to satisfy and make her mom happy. And I clearly see.
Yeah, and she's trying to live the life that her mother wants her, because the mother's struggling. So her mother, remember they kept saying, "Oh, he's gonna be the next LeBron James or the next Kobe or whatever it was," and the cousins was all, you know, popping off, like, you know, because they looking to get a come up and stuff too. So it wasn't, and I'm saying that the mother is struggling. She's working all these jobs. She don't like her job, and she's doing the best she can. So I ain't got nothing to say negative about the mother. She's doing the best that she can with what she got. But I think that she's trying to make her mother happy. So let me get with this guy, even though I don't want to be with him, just so I can be the, you know, I can come up with, you know, with him.
Right.
I don't know.
And it's almost so sad for me to picture that type of weight. You know, she's like holding that weight for her mom on her shoulders, where she feel like she can't really move the way she want to move because she has to do all of the things. Like she doesn't have like no one to rest on. Like when we start talking about Justin a little bit later, how he was able to make a different decision in life, and his journey was totally different because he has well-to-do parents. He has like a comfort and a cushion, even though I felt like his parents acted like he didn't have no cushion. I was like, girl, y'all are okay. Y'all are doing all right. But I know you want your child to do well for himself. You know, he can't always rest and land on your soft space. But you know what I'm saying? It's so crazy. Like just the nuances is how things kind of, you know, how it kind of went, how the journey kind of went through. We'll get there in
Is that your microphone?
Is it my earring?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, my bad, y'all. That's what it was. It was the rubber sound. My bad. Got one earring on. Well, let me just take the other one off.
My other question be like, where, like, I guess I was just this is why I be trying to see things through different perspectives, man. Because, like, kids, like kids gonna disappoint their parents, man. It's just gonna happen. Like your mama gonna have to get over that. Like I guess I'm just trying to see stuff from, because I would have. Come on, man. I get certain things I just ain't gonna understand.
You're right.
Because I'm looking at it from me. I'd be like, look, you know how many times I done disappointed my mama growing up? It just says, mama, this is what's happening. I done messed up. I done did this, did that. I get it. People have different relationships with their parents. Maybe I was just more of a rebel type. But man, yeah, I done disappointed that lady plenty of times. And guess what? She ain't love me no less. So
right.
I'm just trying to, you know, understand. But I understand it. But I just look at it a little different. I'm trying to understand like her feelings and things like that. You know, why she would be so scared to tell her. What's the worst that gonna happen? She not gonna kill you.
Right.
Get cussed out. I did not mind getting cussed out.
Yeah.
Getting slapped in the face, all that type of that.
No,
That did not matter.
I understand, Keisha. Though. I mean, I'm not jumping on it. It just frustrated me, but I still understand why. You know, she didn't want to have that conversation with her mother.
Oh, Moochie said y'all.
Hey yo, hi, pretty girl. Hi, everybody. Sorry I'm late.
No
I'm
problem.
I'm still going on my way home.
Okay, no
I'll be
problem.
there in a few. Sorry about that.
Okay, no problem. Where
Nita,
we
can I say
going?
one more thing? before I
Sure,
forget?
absolutely.
And just I think as well, and Brillo, you made a good point. I also think it depends on the kid and their level of care. You know, I'm not saying you didn't give a damn about your mama and what you did, but you say yourself you're more of a rebel. And you have to think about her mindset. She even just, I think we got to the episode where we learned, you know, she's been in kindergarten in these spaces that were out of the norm. You know, she was the only Black girl in her class and always, you know, strive for excellence or probably was expected of being excellent. And in episode 1, she mentioned to Justin, like, because he was like, oh, I know you was a runner. And she said, yeah, he was like, well, I remember you letting them win. And she stated, yeah, because I know I've had to slow down to have friends. So she has a level of discernment and understanding, like, I have to go and play certain rules to be able to, you know, and make decisions to be able to navigate life. So, you know, I'm just thinking she's always had the weight on her shoulders because she's had that expectation on her since a child. Well, she's still a child, but since probably kindergarten, you know, that's what I see. And I think the writing, you know, is really good, but kind of displaying that.
Yeah. So I Keisha, she already pissed me off last episode, girl. She pissed me off. Okay, so something else totally different was going on in this. You saw what Justin saw. You saw the preconceived notion, and then we get a different perspective or the truth or somewhere in between. Like two things can be true. So how did y'all think this conversation went? First of all, I thought it was disrespectful. AF. It just would have been a no. It's not a good time. That's all she got. Like, I feel like she kind of creates like the chaos a little bit in her life. And like, I feel like you could just say no, girl. Like, but I know how sometimes girls feel like they can't say no. They gotta kind of do what they think, you know, somebody, huh? You think that too?
No, I mean, yeah, it's true. Everybody feel that way, but I hate that they feel that way. You know what I mean? I'm trying to understand it. Everybody feel it's like peer pressure, like So males feel it too, but I guess it's a different type. We different. So
yeah.
I know how tough they can be.
Yeah,
trying to please everybody. But this dude is a buffoon, man. I'm gonna let you cook, but I'm gonna have to get on this dude because he crazy.
Nah, go ahead.
Yeah, bro. That's not a video you send around, bro. That's nothing to what are y'all watching? That act is not something that you gonna watch.
Right.
Like, what type of time you on? And then, man, I feel like she should have serviced this. She should have serviced this dude. Like, you sent that out and it got out like that. Like, come on, man. She was a little too accepting of her fate, so to speak.
Right.
She should have been a little, but yeah, he was a sucker to me. Like, bro, you still on, like, I guess he just used to getting his way. You know what I mean? So that's really what it was. But he was a bozo. I was hoping he would have got injured in that basketball game.
Yeah, me too.
I was watching that like it was the real basketball game.
Yeah, I wanted something bad to happen to him. Like nothing bad happened to him. So he was worrying about his married business. I wanted something bad.
I knew he was about to get it. Come on, forever. Y'all got to write that in there. Y'all missed. I just knew he was about to spring that ACL. Something.
Right.
There to be some type of car.
They didn't even talk about that basketball game in the book, so we got a treat with that one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, y'all know Moochie read the book.
Yeah, I read it as a teenager, as a young adult, middle school age.
Mhm.
The book came out in the 70s. Judy, I read all of Judy Blume books, but I ain't read it since I was, probably 13 or 14 or something.
Right. And but my whole thing with this, like with Christian, like in real time, when I had to deal with that, that's when the breakup would have happened. We wouldn't be moving, switching schools, and we don't have access to the person that we had access to like that. What are we holding on to? Like she could have really just cut it then, let her mother know at that particular time, and then we didn't even have to be all the way here with it, where she feel like she disappointing them and they calling him LeBron, the next LeBron. I was like, girl, that should have been dead it. Should have been dead it. But you live and you learn.
I
But
don't know why she could have just made up a lie like he cheated on me, so I dumped him. We ain't together no more. Anything, like
anything.
So maybe her girl cousin that she seemed close with. Maybe she could have said something to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know.
And I was just kind of upset that the mom actually brought him to the place. Like, I don't know. And that's why another thing, I feel like that's probably why she probably was like, oh, my mom really likes him and I don't want to, like, that whole thing, like she misjudged that whole thing. Like that's all I can say. It was just a misjudgment. Thinking she know everything, she don't know nothing. So Tamika, I didn't want to cut you off, or Pretty Girl, if you had anything else about this situation. It was just a mess. It was a mess.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I agree with what y'all saying. I can kind of identify with it. I can't identify with it with to this situation because I ain't never experienced this situation. If I did, yeah, he would have been a goner. I'm sorry, but I was one of those people that kind of wanted to protect my mother. I've been in that situation before. I touched on that a little bit last week, and I also was like, I guess when my parents and just my family overall was a people pleaser. A lot of times I did things for them. And it wasn't
Yeah.
until later that I started being like, wait a minute, I'm doing all this shit. I need to be putting some of that on me. So
Exactly.
to a certain degree, I feel like she has that part in her too. Like it's like if she kind of feels like she got to protect her mother, like if she's the mother when she's really the child, then the mother should be protecting her.
Right. Right.
Yeah, my mother would have caught on to this whole situation right here too. So that would have been a no from her before it would have even been a no from me. But I get it. I can see both sides. That's what I like about the story.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was,
Absolutely. Go ahead. Go ahead.
oh,
Pretty.
sorry, go ahead, Peter. That's okay. But yeah, that was a little frustrating with I'm sorry, I can't remember her mom's name, but Keisha's mom, she wasn't assessing, you know how Justin's mom, she knows, like she could pick up on the cues, the body language and the nonverbals. Like her mom is just oblivious to what's going on, how comfortable. She was like, oh yeah, we can talk. Like you could, like she didn't pick up on that. She's so caught up into the situation,
Right.
the overall situation, not assessing what's going on right then. But I think from Keisha's perspective, she's thinking of what's most important in that scene, my mom and her perspective. So I'm going to go with what's going to appease my mom versus what's going to appease me. Because if it was her choice, she would just be with Justin. But she's still trying to protect her mom. So that's why I feel like she entertained the conversation with Christian.
Exactly. Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy. But not to spend too much time on it. If anybody have anything, just jump in. But that whole thing, like, she was wrong. And I'm glad the way episode 4 played out the way it did, because he definitely needed some boundaries in the relationship with her, because she was steamrolling him like nobody business. Like I was just when I tell you I was pissed, girl, she had me so in my feelings. I was just like, girl, like, and then it's like she don't even see it. I'd be so upset with her, but They're going through this back and forth or whatever. She's trying to apologize and get him back and all this stuff like that. And my heart just felt bad for Justin. I'm sorry. I just really did, because he was a good dude. Like, for real. Like, a good dude. Like, even still, even after the steamrolling and steam pressing, that this back and forth that she's doing, making these bad decisions behind each other, and how he keeps being so forgiving and stuff. That stuff, it really pissed me off. So y'all, I'm sorry. Let me go and get off my my tangent.
Well, yeah, Nita. I mean, he was being a good dude, but then it crossed the line into suckerism at some point. Like, I'm sorry. I know, that's not what we want to hear, but yeah, man.
Yeah.
She would have been. It would have been over with. Personally, but different perspectives. I got way too much pride. When you went to the prom, nah.
Yeah, that's a wrap.
We good.
That's a wrap
I'm
on
a
that
good dude. My people paid already. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm actually a good dude. Nah, bro. Like, but love is love, I guess. But yeah, she was irritating me a lot. That's why I really couldn't feel sorry for her.
Right.
And I knew I should have felt something, but I couldn't do it. I'm just like, tell your mama, like, come on, it's 2025. Not that people want that out there, but come on, man.
Right.
It's a different time. It's not like it's the 30s.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, she went OC on that prom. That prom was like, girl, no, absolutely not.
Like all your everybody, they damn near all your friends doing that. That just ain't recorded. Like, stop pretending. That get worse, y'all. Let me stop. I'm done.
Also, too, I wanted to point out, like, I just really feel like Keisha's mom is overworked. Sometimes when you're overworked like that, you miss things. So when y'all said something about, she just didn't see the cues and the signs, like, first of all, Keisha was working overtime so that she wouldn't see it. And then, so her being sneaky and conniving and doing the things that she was doing, all in the people pleasing aspect, that girl, cut it out.
Working 2 and 3 jobs. She working a daytime job and an overnight job, and picking up all kinds of shifts and stuff.
Yeah.
So she's so busy, she's not even getting enough sleep. So
right.
Of course, she's not gonna see what's going on.
And Keisha is pretty much raising herself the best way that she can, because her mom doesn't have the capacity to be there in the way that she needs her, but because she's doing these things. So you can see all the different.
I'm glad she had her grandfather. I'm glad she had, he was there. He was a male presence in her life, because she didn't have a male presence. But that father, I mean, I know we get to that another time. Father was a piece of work.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's a bum. But yeah, like that's kind of like how my mom was. You know what I'm saying? Working, and we used to getting like you got to watch your kids, man, even when they older, because it was like you said, raising yourself. Like, man, come on, man. Stop.
Yeah.
And so when you working like that, I know you working trying to take care of your family, but you definitely got to watch your kids, because they're gonna get into some trouble.
Exactly.
These two young men that he was playing ball with, that's Master P's son.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I see it now. Percy, was it Mercy, whatever.
Yeah, Hersey, or whatever little stupid name he gave, Hersey or Mercy or something.
I didn't know.
Shout out to them. But that was his son. Yeah.
That's cute.
Okay.
Fun fact.
I didn't like her back with him and doing the things. I know they're both.
Wait, this is a whole date. What's happening? This is a whole damn date. This ain't. I'm scared. I gotta go to prom with this dude.
No, she was on the Nike training that he offered her and all that kind of stuff. You
ain't even running track for real. I'm done.
I think it has a means to an end. I think her main goal is Howard, and she's gonna do whatever she needs to do to get there. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's right, but I get it.
Oh, she won a track for college? I ain't know, because they never had a scene where she was like going crazy on the track.
Well, they mentioned it a few times how she's a track star.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you remember she got into the fight with the girl. They were running track in episode
Oh
1 or
yeah,
2.
yeah. So she was trying to get some perks. So cool, get your perks, but you flirting a little bit too.
She's trying to get a scholarship to go to Howard. To go to Howard.
Get your perks, but she's smiling too much, man. My man Justin over there going through it, trying to write an essay or you know what I mean, and trying to be a good guy. She out here having fun with the ops. This dude released your tape on some
exactly. Like she ain't mad enough for me. Shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. How you not mad enough? Like,
right.
That's exactly what it was, Needy.
Yeah, but I think it's just because she probably still has some care. The only reason why she probably did break up with him is because of the leak. Not that she really wanted to, like it's like a whole lot of different things. But like I said, if you violate me like that, absolutely not. Absolutely, you gonna get every time it's on site if you violate me like that. No.
Yeah, and the psychology of how they say it with DV victims, how sometimes you should be peed off at that your abused or what have you, but you still have that little bit of heart for them. I think that's also what's coming in. And then I think episode 4, her mom mentioned like, she used to say that, nobody would talk to me. I'm ugly, da da da. Like, there's some self-esteem issues. He's a star basketball player. Like, it's so many things that probably was going through her head that even got her to make the video in the first place. And she's holding her. Well, we didn't get there, so I'll leave that. But there's other things in factor of the whole video situation that comes to fold.
Man, don't take no videos, man.
I know.
Why you need a video? I'm straight on the videos. I'm past that.
Right. Exactly.
So you did it before. You said you passed it.
I mean, no comment. I hope I'm not
I'm just saying you was there though. You was there. Don't do that, bro. Plead the fifth.
Tamika, anything on this?
No, I actually agree with Brillo. I'm trying to have, and I get it, y'all. I so get it, but at the same time, you just, what Betty White said, you can't show your teeth to every guy you meet. Like, you just too much cheesing going on for me.
Right.
But I do get it.
Yeah, that's true.
One thing I noticed on this whole entire series, these kids know how to be texting real fast. You know how long it takes me to send y'all a little bit of text when I'm trying to text y'all and making sure that words is right and everything. They be blah, 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 they just texting all fast. And then these teenagers know how to text. They was texting back and forward every 5 minutes.
Right. Shout out to Miss Carey. She said, "Don't do it, young folks. Don't do it."
No, the old, the young, the ugly. Don't none of y'all do it.
Not the ugly.
Oh my God.
Don't do nothing on camera, son. Nothing.
Yeah, and Pretty Girl already talked about this, how she's saying that, we both was on that tape, but I'm the one that's being talked about. You know what I'm saying? So there's that double standard that we have. She had that conversation and stuff like that. Like,
no, he gave high fives about it. They snapping five with him.
Yeah,
about it.
right. For
yeah,
men.
that's aggravating too.
I mean, never mind. I was about to make a joke that was terrible.
He was doing it for the culture.
Yeah.
We know how it go, man.
I mean,
and I think when she did it with him and when she tried to do it with Justin, the movie thing on the last one we talked about, I think she just assumed this probably what all the guys want. Exactly. That's,
I mean, too far wrong, but I mean, we do have people that want more than just that. That would have turned me off too, because I'm like, man, I'm straight on you. Like, you just jump right down there.
Right.
Like, I wouldn't have want to have nothing to do with her then. Like, you nasty. Even though she's not like that, but come on, you gotta think. This our first link.
Yeah.
We're just sitting here trying to enjoy the movie with the popcorn and shit is going down.
I like the assertiveness, but damn.
Yeah, because I'm like, you already experienced enough trauma from doing that. So even though there was no camera, but still, like, I would have been traumatized. I'm like, I ain't
And
doing
that's
that to
all out in the
nobody.
open too.
Nobody's,
Good,
yeah. But I think it's a esteem issue, and she has father figures, but they're probably not discussing the things that Justin's father is discussing with him, like in terms of, and that's just, my mom, she told me about sex through a pamphlet. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't really not open dialogue to where, or just how to date, or how to be a girl, how to be a teen. Like, she's going off the fly, and she's around a lot of clear people, so they probably have their own ways of doing things too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, her mother's not saying anything to her. Her mother's so focused on working and making sure she provide for this girl, especially with the roadblock she put in. So now she got to come up with more money that she hasn't been talking to her. And actually, Keisha's afraid to come and talk to her mother about it.
Exactly.
So it's like, I just like the way that Justin's father talks to him. He schools him about everything, and as far as he tells his wife, when you gotta let me raise the son that I'm gonna raise, and he tells her when she gotta fall back.
Yeah, I love the balance.
That's the
yeah, I did love that.
That we all need.
And she didn't belittle him, as a man.
Perfect depiction of a black dad. The conversation he was having with his son, even how he was, had to tell his wife to back off a couple times. Really, that's what we need to see more of.
Yes,
we out here.
Yeah,
but yeah, I feel like all the parents were good parents. Even the lady that was working too hard, she working her ass off for her kid though. She's not doing nothing bad. She
doing what she had to do because her Keisha's father wasn't in the picture.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. And then the Justice parents, they doing what they doing. So I feel like it was great depictions of black experience. That's why I enjoyed it. Nothing too ghetto.
Yeah, I love that.
No, there's nothing ghetto about it at all. No, not
right. Yes. Yep, we're gonna get there. RC about the protection, do it in the dark, doing it. Oh, it's different.
I never had those conversations. My mama never had. My pops was locked up, so I never had a conversation. I had to learn on the fly,
on my own. Yeah, on my own.
Yeah. He tried to talk to me about it, like. You like
and be honest, as a child, you don't want to talk about that with your parent, right?
Nah, I'm like, bro, you talking to me about this, man? I'm out here smashing chicks.
That's what I'm saying. It was too late by the time that conversation came around.
You way too late, man. I didn't learn everything I needed to learn from them videotapes.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I understand.
Yeah, them videos.
It was a different time. People are more open now. They all this conversation, sitting down talking to your kids and all that. And I'm not saying it's bad.
None of that.
But it's not bad at all. But I'm saying
we didn't get that in our era.
Oh yeah, I'm in my 50s. I got my parents in their 80s. You remember the years when they came around, when they was born, they wasn't talking. You stay at a child's place, mind your business, keep your mouth closed, and be seen and heard.
All they told me, all they did was gave me some condoms. Like I know you doing something. Let them little girls calling here.
Right.
Like, all right. Thanks, Mom. That was it. That was the talk.
Right. Okay, y'all. So this is he had a bad this is when Christian actually won for his team, and he was thrown off because he was already upset with Keisha. She showed up for him, but he said that she was on the other school side, but she was just with Chloe. So he was in his feelings about that. It was just so crazy. He wasn't feeling it. the game suffered because his head wasn't in it. But you know what? I thought it was the coach that wasn't really putting him in the game like that. So he riding the bench anyway. So it's
Yeah, he riding that happens sometimes. We riding the bench. He probably shouldn't be, as we saw in the next couple episodes. But,
right.
Bad coaching. His pops knew it too. Plus, he needed to lock in, and I guess this was a fun scene to watch. Get some sports in there. I was loving it.
Yeah.
Like
Anybody else before we move on? Oh yeah, here go Christian again, pushing up
with his goofy looking face.
Right, looking like Kermit.
Yeah, you look like Kermit the Frog better looking than him. Okay.
Recast, man.
Yeah, no, so yeah, this them going back and forth again, and I'm not here for it. I'm over
it. He better not go to the league next season. I swear. I'm gonna stop watching the show. If he go to the league,
I want something bad to happen to him. I'm going to break his ACL or something. ACL.
Like he don't even seem like he's sorry for real.
No, he don't.
No.
He just seemed like she looked good on paper to match him, and that's what he wanted. Like the track star and the basketball star and all of that.
Yeah. Yeah, usually they go for the cheerleaders, the head cheerleaders, but maybe he wanted something a little different, a little extra caliber.
Not an air break. Played Justin's mom too, because she's a good actress. She was scaring me.
Yeah, she
you gotta straighten up. She come around.
Oh yeah, I got a clip. I got the clip that started it all, like that kind of activated him and got him where he needed to be. And I want to talk to y'all when we get there, when she just kind of breaks it down to him, like, baby, when I tell you, when she was talking, it was tears, like full-blown tears. I was just like, this was rough. It was a lot. But this is when they were meeting and that's another thing about the show. They kind of really did focus on how much support that that kids with ADHD have. Their counselors meet with them all the time. They give them the extra support they need. I like that they showcased that, and he had those types of things, but he was still kind of struggling. I felt so bad for him because that's why I try not to be too hard on my son, because I just be like, I know it's the struggles, and he's up one time, he's down another time. It just ebbs and flows. So I just try to give him grace. I really do when he's working hard at school. But yeah, anybody?
The mother was determined he gonna go to Northwestern now. That's all. That's because that's where she went to school.
Right.
So. Yeah. I don't like parents who put that pressure on them, but gotta go to this college I went to, and let them do their thing.
Yeah, absolutely. But I love that they're always there for their son, pushing, and they also vocalized that coach was a problem. They was like, the coach got him riding the bench. The people, the scouters can't even see him. He's not on display. So it was like the coaches was actually working against him. That was crazy. That was crazy to me. So, anything before we move on with this one? No, good. Okay. So then here we go again. This foolishness. So they getting back together. They texting and all this stuff. I love the way the phone is just like a character in the show. They are always on a thing. I love that they put what he wants to put, like what he's thinking, what he wants to actually put, and then he deletes it and then start like with a cool, like, I'm cool, hey, or what I'm saying, like. But I just like that. But y'all go ahead and talk about it if y'all have anything to say. If not, we can move.
The phone is a whole character in itself, because they stay texting and text fast.
Exactly. Yes, that's why kids do travel over school ball now. We paid a lot for travel. Okay, all right, child. So She agrees to meet up with him. You know, his little brother plays baseball, granddaddy looking. He is looking. I was just like, this okay.
What the hell going on over here? Now I like the grandfather. That's the only solid male presence she had, and
Pretty
I like him.
much.
Yeah, I like him. Yeah.
Her father still act like a kid to me.
Oh,
He's an
he
asshole.
was such a
I
disappointment.
know
Yeah, he's
I
an
don't
asshole.
want to. I didn't want to jump too far ahead, but
You know, he was a disappointment. We're gonna get there probably next week, I think.
Yeah, he was a sucker.
He was.
Right.
Like I don't know. I don't got like no daughter or nothing, but I wouldn't be trying to press the young man, man, like that, because that's disrespectful to me. And I always used to hate when females pops used to think they was about to press me. It did, it damn near made me disrespectful. Cause now I gotta go. Cause now I'm a young man, you a man. Now it's something there, and I'm like, and I wasn't having it, y'all. So that was like meeting uh girls' dads was just that shit. I did not like it at all.
Right.
So
Yeah, this was the scene that I talk about. I had my thug tears going on. Mama had to give him some harsh truths, so we're gonna play this clip, and I have the thing to put over it so we can listen to it. But I want us to listen, digest, and talk about the conversation.
Your Spanish teacher just emailed me. You missed another assignment.
No, wait. I mean, I got an extension.
Justin, we can't keep having this conversation.
Mom, I'm telling you, I promise. I can email her right now.
Your executive function is just not where it needs to be at this point, and I have been thinking about this since the counseling session.
Mom, I can email her.
These are the cards we've been dealt, and I'm just going to say it. We need to get you into the best college possible, but you need in your time with your grades. If we do see you working hard, that tutor's out the ass, but something has to give. And I think we should really consider dropping basketball.
No,
Not this season, finish out the year, but next year, it's over, so we can focus on school.
No, I'm not doing that. Okay, I'm gonna go harder. And look, I'm doing my homework right now. I'm doing my homework.
Justin, babe,
No, I mean, there's a chance that I can still get noticed.
there was a lot your father and I got wrong in this, and I'm sorry. The D1 is never going to happen because Camden Hall never appreciated your talents. They wanted our money. I don't like saying this. You can hate me for it. I'm just trying to get us to wake up and catch up.
I mean, I can still be who I want to be, even if you don't believe in me.
You're not hearing me, Justin.
Right. They don't.
Justin.
That was a hard scene, y'all. Brillo, you let me know. I hear it. Oh yeah. You let me know where you going with this.
yeah, she was wrong. I mean, talk to him about doing this grace and this and that, but honestly, you don't know what could happen. Because the way he was playing for them 8 minutes, I don't know. So to me, I'm never gonna crush on what they got going on. She just wanted him to go to Northwestern. Get on him about his school books. Tell him if you don't get your stuff together, you ain't thinking about playing basketball, and leave it at that. But to say all of that, and I mean, she's a great mom, but that's a little bit too much for me.
She put a little bit too much dip on the
Put
chip.
way too much on it. Like, I'm still gonna do. You talking about you can hate me if you want to. Look, Justin is too nice. He's a nice kid. Like, I'll always be respectful, and he don't deserve that. I will always be respectful to my mom. But look, mama, nah. You know what I'm saying? She crushed him. Doing that to my kid. He's not a bad kid.
Right.
He don't have perfect grade. You know how some of these kids are. I'm around them every day. She ain't really had nothing to complain about.
Right.
Tighten up your grades a little bit. That lady don't have nothing to really complain about as far as her son.
Right.
That's all I was saying. Like, damn, she acting like he out in the streets.
Yeah. She has some really, really high expectations for him, you know.
Yeah, that's her though.
Yeah.
Love her to death, but yeah,
Right. Right.
that was like you said,
That was
real
hard.
extreme, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah. Let me talk to a boy mom, Inga. Inga, where we going with it?
Oh yeah, no, I said last week and again today, when I see Justin, I see my son in a lot of ways. But I think even though I admitted, with y'all last week that I've been a helicopter mom at times, but that she was a little ridiculous. It was time she was a little bit too much. Like
Mhm.
he just couldn't get a breather. He couldn't be in his room. I mean, it was just sometimes I wanted to tell her to just go sit down, shut the hell up. It was just too much. I mean, I'm glad the father didn't talk to her like that, but on one hand, I want him to tell me, shut the hell up. You know what I'm saying? You just doing too much. So that's why I like the balance of the father and the mother because he could tell her to chill in a respectful way and she listened. So yeah, but she was doing too much at times. But. But he did need reality check that he ain't gonna go to the NBA now. That's you. So you got to get your grades together.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was a hard pill. She could have left a lot of that stuff out. Like, I didn't think it was necessary. Like, I understand the talk and I understand it yielded the results. Like, the next day, sometimes you need that hard and tough love. It put a match on his butt. I'm just saying. So,
And I don't want to put the track shoes on like Moochie always say, but that's when they go up to the Martha's Vineyard and not Oprah or whoever he was told him is that told him also the truth too about the NBA and look, your basketball skills ain't all up to par. Like
exactly.
so, yeah.
But that's who you have, dude. You have someone adjacent from you, so it doesn't like sting that hard. Like
And it's worse when the mother and the parent is saying, "Oh yeah, I know." Yeah, if I said it's the worst thing, if Moochie said to my son, he probably say, "Yeah, Moochie gave me some good information." I'm like, "It's the same shit I've been telling you," but I had to be like, "Oh, okay, well, I'm glad she told you." I told you the same thing. Yeah,
that's it. Pretty girl. Before I move on. Oh, she may not be here. Moochie.
I'm here. I had a call. I'm sorry.
Okay.
What you were saying?
No, I was saying that hard talking to. Did you agree with it? Was it effective? Like, how do you feel about it? Did she put too much on it? Brillo said it was too much.
I felt like she pressured him a lot, and he had to make. This was when he had to make his decision to tell his mother what he really wanted to do in life. And that's hard sometimes. I went through that with my son when he didn't want to play ball no more. So I got it. And now he wish I would have kept pushing him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But he's happy now.
Okay. All right. Pretty girl, you got anything before we move on? No, she might still be on the phone. Okay. So, y'all, this, like I said, was it effective? Did it work? Was it harsh? But did it work? Okay. So he got up there. He was tired of riding the bench, tired of not being seen because he knows it's the coach that's holding him back. It's not really him, it's the coach. So when he went out there and took the ball into his own hands and did what he had to do, he had a great night. Great night. I love to see him rebound like this. Everybody looking on, everybody cheering. He actually won the game. That was just great. And he was fighting against, he was not fighting, but he was competing against Christian. So that's another little boop. So yeah. Anybody on this?
Yeah, this was, one of my favorite scenes or whatever. He finally got a, I don't know how that would work, just putting yourself in the game, but clearly the coaches not trying to win. Like, I don't get it because you go, coach, you trying to win, you trying to keep your job and trying to win, so you're gonna play the players that need to play. So
exactly.
You know,
I
this
mean,
was a big fu to mom and her and Christian. Because mom, I'm out here getting buckets, and another season of this, you talk about no D1. I bet you I will. You
right.
probably could have, you know. So
Yeah.
the way he was playing them last, he didn't play the first half, so he was balling.
Mm-hmm.
I like
Yeah. All right. Congratulations, Monica. A full ride for engineering. You got to let them choose. Absolutely. Absolutely. And like a lot of times, we as parents start our children off in sports thinking that they need something to do. They need a sport to get into. They need to do this, you need to do that. So a lot of that stuff is forced. But I think once you start to if you start to get some things where you're getting some clues like he's not in it, his heart not in it,
Yeah.
yeah. So
I can identify with that because my older brother was basketball, my younger brother was football, and you couldn't tell my father that my brother was not about to be out here playing. When somebody pro sports football team, in the high school he was in the papers and all of that different kind of stuff. But it's of course a lot of other stuff behind the scenes that they don't talk to you about, the stuff that's not so pretty. And then it's funny now seeing my brother be a father with his son and his son playing football, but with his son is more like it comes natural and it's him that's bringing it up. Whereas with my brother, it was my father saying, no, you're going to go play football. It ain't about what you like or don't like.
mm-hmm.
So I can understand it from that standpoint. My son, he wasn't into sports. He, was what was it? I think chess he used to play, and then he would be good with Italian and Spanish and all that other stuff. But I mean, he could play sports, but it just was never nothing that I forced him into, or he was he's interested in. So for me, I was always saying, you got to finish school, you got to have a job, you got to do ABC. He knew what the requirements were, so regardless, you're gonna implement those things in them. But I got what she was saying, but I was like, damn, man, the world is cold enough outside, and we ain't got to get it from the inside. So I wasn't mad at him when he got out here on this floor. I was like, okay, Justin, do the damn thing. Yes, I enjoyed this game too.
Yes. Right. Miss Kira said, how you not play the black kid when the NBA is like
Exactly.
85% black? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, where's that logic? But they said
it happens. That happened to my son in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, they said that the people, the stakeholders, like the children's parents, are really pretty much is how the kids get noticed there, basically.
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, but look, he went out there and did his thing. Pretty girl, you got anything with that?
Yeah, I just love that Justin took initiative, even though that could have cost him because the coach, he still had time to be like, no, get your behind back on his bench. Yeah. But I definitely like it that he did his thing. It was I think, it was a multitude of things. Like it was given, I hate to bring this show up, but it was giving Kanan and Buck 20 a little bit. Like I gotta, I gotta fight. Every night I got to fight to prove my love. Like I got to go here. I mean, that was a small part of it. That was the cherry on top. But he, wanted to assert himself. His mom just told him, we got to give up ball. He's not getting no play. It's stressful. The love is there. The girl he's in love with is there. And then the guy that I'm playing, that's the star that's showing me up.
Right.
He over here doing his thing. So it's so many things going on in this young man's head. But I do love the fact that he definitely rose to the occasion. Like that was a good highlight of this episode.
Exactly.
I say this, like with his mom saying what she said in the last scene, like you gotta be careful. That you'll mess around and turn into the enemy.
Yeah.
If you don't slow down, as parents, when they that young, and this is time when they need you, you don't want to be an enemy. They start seeing you as an enemy.
Right.
They're really about to close up. They're about to tell you nothing. They're about to make all the wrong, bogus decisions because they can't, because you did what you did and said what you said. So
yeah,
gotta be careful.
You are absolutely right with that.
I do think a little bit kind of how what Keisha's mom was. I feel like they may have not been assessing his challenges. Probably like there's tutors. They, he definitely have a lot of tools. But I feel like pushing the Northwestern thing, and they're not really, and I think he's probably not communicating more, and of course that's probably an issue with his ADHD, and it's still a little bit of a disconnect there, because in full transparency they would know that Northwestern is a little too aggressive of a decision for him. But I mean, it's going to be disconnect there. I mean, nobody's going to know everything, but I feel like we got to do a little more better of a balancing act. I understand taking away the sports because that's secondary. But again, that's an outlet. But I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of pressure going on, and they have to be, you have to be careful when it comes to that in kids, especially if they have a learning disability or, some type of, mental health issue.
Right. Absolutely.
Well, he was doing the same thing that Keisha was doing, meaning that Keisha was trying to, Keisha sitting there. We said earlier how she didn't want to upset her mother, didn't want to disappoint her mother. He doing the same thing. He doing whatever his mother wanted him to do. Excuse me, doing what his mother wanted him to do because he don't want to upset his mother.
Right.
It wasn't the father; it was the mother.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't like what the mother said. That I could be jumping the gun, but I don't know if it was in this. I can't remember if it was in this episode or not. But he said that at one point that dad didn't go to college and all that. She said, yeah, but he got what he got because of my connections and this, that. I ain't like that. I didn't like that. Yeah. It's almost like she was throwing it up in the face or something. I don't know. Maybe I could have been looking at it wrong, but
I don't feel like she was throwing it up in her face. I think she was trying to let him know that there is a value, even though, like you say, it's not what you know, it's who you know.
That is true. That's true.
Think that's where she was going with it. I don't think it was an insult to me.
Yeah. I thought she was really
sorry. I would have turned around like, oh, my bad.
No, you're good.
Like, it's all about who you know. Shit, I know y'all. What are you talking about? I know him and you.
Yes.
What are you talking about, Mom?
That's what I'm saying too. Yeah.
I just thought she was trying to illustrate the balance. You have an anomaly like your father who's an entrepreneur, but maybe, I mean, we don't know the backstory, but just an assumption. Maybe he knew the tools of the hustle and the grind and know how to cook, but maybe she helped him in a business aspect. And like you said, the connection. So I just think she was kind of showing him like there's a balance and this is how our thing works, like as a couple.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah,
but he was definitely just doing it for his mother. Same way that Keisha was going to the prom or doing whatever that she was doing to not upset her mother. So different story, but different scenario. But they both doing it to keep their mothers happy.
Right. Yeah. So, child, I love that he left her on red. I really did. Not for long though. But he did kind of make her feel stupid, like after the game and stuff like that. But then she had to tuck her tail, and we'll see in the next episode. She had to tuck her tail. And she following him, and him with an American Express on the bus. That was laughable. I was like, "What is?"
He never rode the bus before. Yeah, his mother was until he got his own car. His mother was driving him around everywhere. Because he live a little privilege, and there's nothing wrong with that. Because I'm like, damn, I need to be part of this family. They live in a nice house, they vacationing nice. I'm like, okay, yeah, I need to be a part of the family, So
following me
he didn't know how to take a bus. He didn't know how to take a city bus or nothing like that.
Yeah.
Look how he was worried about driving at night.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's understandable though. I don't care. Money ain't got nothing to do. It was a skin color because you know how these cops be. So
yeah, but I think the mother added to the anxiety. Like she really was projecting.
Yeah, she was because the George Floyd thing had just happened around that time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cases in the public eye.
Yeah, because she was going off at one point in the kitchen talking about they out here shooting and this. Yeah, she was. Yeah, she was. She added to that, yeah.
Yeah.
It was up to her. He wouldn't even have been driving. The father was like, no, he got to go out here and live his life.
Right. So Keisha done wore him down. Thank God she kind of followed behind him a little bit because he really did need Like
He didn't even know where he was going.
A babysitter.
I didn't know where the bus was going.
Exactly.
I mean, that credit card would have been took if okay.
And American Express on the bus.
Well, the Omni cards, they take credit cards now, debit cards in New York.
Yeah, that's kind of new.
Not too far-fetched.
Is that in LA though?
Nah, that's in New York now.
No, I'm saying, do LA have it now?
I don't know. I know they just switched us over within the past 2 years. So.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if that's LA.
Well, you can use a debit card.
Debit card on the bus. Okay.
That's more of an MTA thing. I don't know what kind of system LA has.
Yeah, child, the privilege of it all. But she warmed down, similar to how it's going to happen in Martha's Vineyard. Y'all, that's next week. Make sure you come and join us 6:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be breaking down Martha's Vineyard, and I have thoughts. But anyway, he wore down. How y'all feel about it? We can end it off like oh, he's so green, y'all. He's just so green. That's all I can say.
Her nickname is Urkel.
It became obsession with him though. Yes. So.
And first of all, I gotta go here. Bro, if that man was following that girl around like that, that would be weird. That would be weird. But hey, when a woman do it, it's romantic. She was walking this dude. He felt compelled.
Yeah, there's a double standard there. It's a double standard.
But hey, man, it was just Jackson. I ain't even mind him being a sucker, man. He was a lovable sucker. Well, he is a lovable sucker. Gotta love him.
He's a nice kid. Any parent would want a kid like this. Is their child? Yeah, he's a nice. Or if you had a daughter, Brillo, you would probably want your daughter to be with a nice young man. He's not no thug.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's smart.
If he came over to meet my daughter, I'll be happy.
Yeah, because I'm gonna say I've been on both sides of this. I've had a Justin, and I didn't treat him good. I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there. Now I don't follow him down the damn street. I'm gonna keep it real. But this was happening so fast. Like when you really think about it, they just jumped right into it, and it was so much back and forth in a short amount of damn time.
Yeah, I think within a year, like a school year.
But I even think about high school. Like, I don't know if y'all experienced, but I feel like high school was like that, though. I mean, we didn't have social media, but I feel like we had the same. Well, a lot of us probably shared a lot of the same, just back and forth, and just a lot of the complexities of just the hormones and just the drama. Like, I feel like this is kind of on par for probably a lot of people's experiences.
Right.
Not the hate per se, but just. Just dealing with family life and personal struggles,
I'm so glad we didn't. If we would have had social media and
thank the Lord we had
not even probably been able to go to college or nothing.
Thank the Lord.
I would have been lined up a long time ago because I was doing some very stupid stuff.
Yeah, thank the Lord. Thank the Lord we ain't had social media. Oh man.
All right, y'all. We're on episode 4, running back, y'all. So Keisha grows closer to Justin and the family. The family opens her with welcome arms, and she does the dumbest thing I have ever seen in my life. Well, not in my life, but the dumbest thing, and we'll get to it, y'all. But y'all ready to get to it?
Yeah, she was proud when she went to Martha's face. Well, she was proud.
Right. So after that night, y'all, so Justin is just dreaming about her, thinking about her when they was back in grade school. She just running all in his head, got circles all in his head, just messing them up, even in his sleep, child. So he gets up and says, I think I woke up with a girlfriend. And she was like, well, you didn't ask. So we got this cute little scene. What you got? Anybody got any thoughts on it?
They still doing that girlfriend stuff? You didn't
yes.
We go together. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, man?
No,
on, Brillo.
you just can't go with it and think that you in a
Right.
relationship just because you talking. No,
Yeah. No, you just tell them what they
they
are.
made it
That's what I
official.
always did. I that might sound crazy. You my
It
girl.
do sound crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, you're not wrong. It's not. Y'all don't think people
It always
like
works.
back in the day. I didn't want to sound like I'm old, but they used to write little notes. Used to write little notes. You know, yes, no, maybe so, and all that kind of stuff. They ain't doing that no more. You know,
But there's a conversation though to kind of give you an
It should
inkling
be.
to establish that connection though. Like
Exactly.
I don't think we working
Well,
on
we
the
go
assumption. But
together.
Brillo, you talking about caveman stuff? Like come here,
You
woman
mine.
now. Like what?
but Justin is
No, I thought that line was fire though. It was.
Justin a good guy though. I mean, he I like that he always and even going back to the first episode, how he was always asking her about, is this okay? And can I kiss you? Whatever. He wasn't just he wasn't doing what the other guy was how he was, so
He wasn't overly pressed about it, you know what I'm saying? Which was cool. You got it.
Right. I forgot what even happened in this.
Oh, this one they was this after he won the game. They sitting there the next morning having breakfast.
Mhm.
She's still pressing him about working and school,
Well, she was talking. She was.
Oh, that's what she was talking
she
about
was-
basketball. Talking about,
Yeah, she was recapping the night.
basketball, yeah. And if you could do your studies the same way you did that, then
Okay.
And
Yeah,
they
she
was
was talking
telling
about
him
how the
to-
game went then the previous night, how he did such a good job and how she was proud of him.
Oh, he wanted to invite Keisha over, and then she was happy that he got a black, a black girlfriend. But I also, like she said, and that was the last week episode, or whatever it was that we talked about it. That she said, "Look, I don't want you to be this. I want you to have a black girlfriend, but I don't want you to be disrespectful."
Yeah, I like that.
She was disrespecting him when she was talking to that old Christian guy, So
she was right on point with that.
mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Girl, again. You okay, Keisha? Are you okay?
Well, see, this is what I'm saying. The Brillo got a point there about no matter if your mother gonna be mad or not, you got to talk to your mother because you're sitting there telling him, "Look, I don't want to be bothered with you. I got a boyfriend now, blah blah blah." But yet you still ain't telling your mother nothing has went down.
And he's still coming around like, bro, like she done told you she ain't rocking with you. Like, no comment, man.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. All right, y'all. We at the family dinner table, and the mother and the father realizes that it's time to talk about the birds and the bees. They was like, oh, like he wants to bring her over, wants to spend time, wants to bond, do all the things or whatever. And they just pretty much had like a collective, like, oh shit, we know what this is about to be. It was good. But we'll get into some more things or whatever. Let's see. The dad, like I said, both of them collectively just knew that this is where it was going. The dad, perfect. Loved how he did it. I think we talked a little bit about it earlier in the episode, talking about how, he threw him the cucumber, gave him the Jimmy, talking about put it on. He put it on perfectly, like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, when the sun's shining, let's see if you can do it in the dark. Yeah,
exactly.
Right.
I love him doing that.
And I like the fathers having this conversation with their boys. A lot of them ain't having this conversation.
I should have had a conversation like this with my dad, man, because I would have had all the jokes. Especially with my dad, like, Pops, I ain't wearing no rubber. Come on.
He raw dog over there. He just go always robbing.
Come on, Pops. We don't wear those. No, I'm joking. I would have had jokes. But yeah, I like this scene. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, this was just some wholesome television. I guess.
And he was not going to leave the room until he got it done.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
That's weird. That's crazy though. Like, yeah.
Moochie,
Yes.
you have anything on? Just want to keep on.
I
Yeah,
like
he's
that
a
he
good black
showed
man.
him this with the lights on and the lights off. Because he put him in a position where when your back is to the wall, you got to know how to put that thing on right.
Exactly. Exactly.
Mhm.
I love that.
I know that'd be too far, but is it me? I don't know. I just feel like we need to try it the real way, not a cucumber. Like I don't know why. I just no. It would be
Oh, well,
inappropriate.
okay, yeah, we take
He
it
can't
too
watch
far. We take
that.
it too
The
far.
dad is not gonna watch
No, I'm
that.
saying not for TV purposes, but I'm just saying it's
You
one
say
thing
real life.
cucumber, but putting it on your own member. Do we practice that too? Like
You can do that by yourself with in the bathroom, the door shut and locked.
no, that's
You can-
fine. I'm just
yeah.
wanting to make sure we're getting that practice.
Yeah.
in.
Just let them know
Right.
the
Not what-
beans
that's what other
can't go in
people
there
experience.
too.
Right. Hey,
Beans ain't supposed to go in there with the Frank.
you can't be too thirsty.
Like,
not-
the beans is not supposed to go in there with the Frank.
No. What type of condoms y'all get if y'all can get the beans up in there too? Good Lord.
Wow.
You can get the beans up in there with the Frankfurt,
I never.
with the hand smoke. Good Lord.
Don't put the beans
Oh,
up in there. Beans ain't
Nah.
supposed to be in there with the Frank.
I'm not wearing that script. You know what?
I
I
just
don't
wanted
need to
to
be
make y'all
acting.
laugh.
You got sons, right? So this conversation you got to be having with your sons like
We're gonna go ahead and wait for marriage. I'm straight.
That's what I'm saying. We need real life situations. It's cucumbers cute and all, but
Yeah, well, I figure if you see the cucumber, you know that the beans don't go in there. So I mean,
Right.
I don't want to see you put it on.
But I'm saying shape-wise, the cucumber, there's other intricacies in the male's figure that's a little different. The sizing. I'm saying you need to try it on your own.
Too.
okay, Priga, you doing too much analyzing and thinking.
Some of them are curved. You can use a banana too. Just make
Okay,
sure you
but-
don't put the beans in there with it.
Okay. This girl probably gonna have the cucumber. She gonna get a star. She gonna get an egg. She gonna get all these kind of fruit and vegetables. You know.
That's why a lot of men be wearing magnums and they don't need it. I'm just saying.
I know that. Then some of them think the beans are supposed to go in the Magnum because the Frank is too small.
Oh my god.
No,
That
Dawn
is
wasn't
good.
supposed to be wearing a regular size one.
Oh my
You
god.
don't need no Magnum.
Yeah.
They practice for that cucumber. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
That is
That's why,
good. You got
that's why you thought the beans went in there.
it. He did it real fast. He did it with one hand too, didn't he? He was quick with it.
He did. He did. Y'all are on fire. Okay.
But one thing, I did.
Elementary school stuff though. Like he in high school. Okay, come on,
Well, when you said
Good for him because he seems like he's a late bloomer.
yeah. This elementary school stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
but see, everybody ain't the same, bro. Come on. Everybody don't know.
Middle school.
You know, you might have learned in elementary or middle school, but some people don't. And, you know, he's almost 17, 18 years old by this point. Everybody.
You know, right?
Yeah, he's a late bloomer.
Well, one thing as a mother, I didn't let nobody go in and shut the damn door either. You ain't come in and shut the damn door.
She
and locking the door and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, this one of them double standard joints.
No, she was on it though. She really was.
No, because when a girl, all of us up here got boys, right? Always got sons, boys, whatever. If a girl come into the household, he's your son, your child, you responsible for that girl.
Exactly.
You responsible for her. So you don't want her going home tell her people, oh, something went down, and then you don't know nothing because you didn't let them lock the door, lock the basement or whatever. No, open the door. I ain't got to be in a room with y'all, but the door need to be open. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and it's, you know, but first of all, I don't even like that going in the bedroom stuff. I wasn't allowed to do it, but and I'm not old fashioned, but I still just, I know how I was, and I was sneaking around, so I ain't want that bedroom door closed.
You think that door closed gonna stop something?
No, it ain't stop me. You know what I'm saying? You find a way if you want to do something.
Exactly.
That's
Mm-hmm.
true.
Many a doors has been ajar, and I didn't come in.
Yeah, you find a way. You find there's a way.
On the side, standing up.
Yeah, if the girl got a skirt on, anything, you find a
Wear
way.
that shirt real quick.
And that's why the mama was like, "No more locked doors."
Right.
Where
She
there's a
clocked
will,
that
there's
real
a way.
fast. Yeah, that house ain't that big. She not playing, but they have dens and stuff. So I
No,
mean,
he was taking off his clothes, so that was where he was doing too much.
Right, come on, man.
He was taking off his clothes. He was about to get naked.
Like that's crazy. That's,
yeah, I'm too paranoid.
Right, you leave the clothes on.
you gotta
You feel rubber band, don't you?
got zip jogging pants. Come on, man.
I told you he a late bloomer. He just don't know.
Right, bro. You gotta wear a jogging suit, man.
Right.
She gotta wear his dress or
Have a
skirt.
book in your hand, jogging suit. You read.
We're not condoning this, people. We're not condoning.
Read.
Right. Oh, God.
And the parents seemed like they liked her though. She over doing the puzzle, cooking salmon with the father.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they seemed like they liked her. She was over there almost every day.
She a nice girl.
She is a nice girl. Yeah, she is.
She just, got issues just like him.
That noggin just don't be working.
But she's smart. And
I mean,
she's she got everything going for her. It's just some other little issues.
Just scared of her mama, man. It's all come down to her being scared of her mama.
Yeah.
Just made a few bad decisions that turned into more bad decisions.
And Tamika, you got anything for the bond and quality time? We can.
No, I like this. I'm telling y'all, this show just had me. Sometimes I was cheesing from like my daggone cheeks was hurting from smiling so damn hard. I was like, oh, I love this. Different times I was standing up and clapping. I love the scenes with him and his dad. Like I love all of it, but those really stick out to me the most.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so right now they was liking her. She gonna piss them off again.
Exactly. This is another dumb move for me with Keisha. Like, and just like I think Inga said, it was the web of lies that she was telling. Like, it was just like her trying to keep this whole story involved. Like, that shows me a little bit of your character almost. I'm like, girl, like this web of lies. Like, it's just
Why do you think she didn't want the Justin's mother to know where she lived at?
right. Because I think it eliminates the chance where she can communicate with the mom. Like, he doesn't.
Okay, she didn't want to communicate at all because remember she asked for her number before and they were stalling on giving her the number.
Yeah, but I'm like, she know the neighborhood the girl live in, so it wasn't like that. She, I don't. Yeah, I was trying to think, why she don't want to tell the mother? Tell Justin's mother where her house. She got to sneak and go to another house and.
Well, remember, she's still trying to keep their relationship a secret because she's still doing, she's still trying to hide the relationship because
that's true. Yeah. Yeah, she definitely want to give up that phone number to the,
Yeah, it was just done to me. I just, girl, I was just like wanting to wring that neck.
Yeah, she was like, "What's your address?" "Oh, I live a few blocks out." "No, give me your address."
Right.
That's a red flag, right
there. They drop me off on the corner. Nah,
Oh yeah, we're not doing that.
Look, and he couldn't even keep his ish together. She's like, man, like, nah, I'm not a liar. That's you. I told this. Like, God, he is not a liar. Like, I don't like my son. He is unable to lie, like literally, because he's just like so forward, and he's gonna say what he's gonna say, and he may rethink it, but usually it's the truth. Like, it's gonna always come out the truth for me. But yeah, that's you and your deceptions. I was like, nah. Don't be sitting up there trying to rub that off on me, trying to make me feel like I'm a cornball because I don't lie to my mama. Just mad at her. I really was. Yeah, she didn't know. Forever. Oh, it reminded her of Inkwell. I mean him, DeMarcus. Hey, DeMarcus.
What up, though, DeMarcus?
I can see that.
What's going on? I ain't seen the Inkwell in so long, so I can't even.
either.
I can't call it. Oh my God! This boy, his friend, that's your average black kid. That's your average boy right there. He gonna keep it real with you. Like Justin, he's too good for him. Like he's going. I kept saying he was gonna corrupt him. this whole series, I say he is gonna corrupt him. But Justin got a good head on his shoulder, so love that they showcased that. Baby, Brillo, tell him what his friend told him to do.
I can't even. It's all blurring in. You got to remind me.
He said, "Make her come first, and then when she start hollering, just put it in."
That's good advice. That's sound advice, young man.
It is.
Clap it on up, man, because you trust me. That's damn.
Right. Bars.
That's it.
That is it. Everybody else,
I thought it was about corrupt him. He giving him the game.
Yeah. I think
he's bringing us some game for sure.
Right. Yeah, he was realistic. That's why I said this is your average kid right here. This is your average black kid. Justin he's in the league up here, but this is the average right there. There you go. That's what you get.
I think overall he's a really good friend to Justin. He's just doing he operating based on how he know. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he's probably a better friend than what other guys would have done because they would have probably been unclowned him. I mean, he made his comments here and there based on his perception. But for the most part, he was solid.
He would have got clowned. Yeah, I agree. He is a good friend. He would have definitely got clowned a lot. But that's just how it is. But
yeah. Moochie, he was realistic to you. That's pretty much the baseline kid you got right there.
I think he was real. Are you talking about Justin?
The friend.
The
friend. Yeah.
Nah, he was realistic until once he saw that he knew he couldn't break him up. He fell in line too. I like how he eventually fell in line.
Okay.
But Justin got ready. He went on and pulled out the manscape and shaved and everything. He made sure he was nice and smooth down there.
Right.
He was ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. This ain't no shame in my game.
Oh my goodness. Right. Because you remember.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't think I was a lot of guys.
We out here.
Right.
You remember he was calling his member of house.
Yeah. Do you shave?
Yeah. He was like, what the fuck?
Ralph is wild.
I was cracking up. But yeah, he did drop a gem on him. And he tried his best, child. It was Miss Kiera said it earlier. We love consent. When I was rewatching this today, I had posted, I was like this, baby, I love that he asked every piece of clothing that's coming off. We good? Mm-hmm. You good? You still good? You know what I'm saying? I love that. We love consent over here. So it was like he tried his best. He was kissing her hand. He was trying.
Well, you can tell he's very respectful because his dad has had conversations with him. Exactly. It's all going back to the father. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's very important these fathers are around, even if you don't live in a home, but you still got to be in the children, the girl or the boy's life. Yeah. And you have to have conversations.
Because they are looking at you. They are looking at how you treat their mother.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the mother was giving him tips too. I like, she'd walk her to the door, making sure, you start courting her, take her out on dates, plan dates. You go to her house. Like they both was over there. But I do agree, Inga, the father is very pivotal. But I like how they just made sure the mother was also giving him tips from that perspective too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, because he see his mother and father holding hands, kissing, showing affection with each other. Of course, every couple gonna have some disagreements, so it's no such thing as you ain't gonna argue with them. But at least it's not nasty, ugly, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They had conversations. So I think that's why Justin is the way he is.
Right. Yep. They set a good example for him. So
And she knew her mother was on all these jobs. Well, the mother probably was on her job number 4, so mother wasn't home. So
high
it was grand opening, grand closing real fast.
Child, how it started and how it ended, baby.
Yeah, grand opening, grand closing.
Child. The fact that they actually ended up having a conversation on the bed, talk about we're both still virgins because we ain't do nothing in this bed.
That's why I was confused. Like, chat. This was triggering. This was my experience. Triggering.
I mean, it's like that. Sometimes that first time is just enough. It's like, what the hell was that?
Yeah. I don't know what you talk about, Inga.
Oh my god!
Especially if you're a kid and you might look at porn or something, so you think it's gonna be all this, fireworks and all that. Then turn out to be it ain't all that,
Right. We're both still virgins, okay? So this is again where Keisha is taking the emotional weight off her mom. She sees that there's a rent increase. She sees that her mom bought this expensive dress. Her mom is outside trying to decompress, cigarettes and wine, child, whatever. And Keisha took it upon herself to just be like, are you okay? You can take the dress back. We don't have to do this and blah blah blah. Where y'all want to go with this?
She should have. This is Keisha's fault. This is your fault, you bozo. Why you still buying the dress? No, I don't feel bad.
At this point, she should have told her mother, return the dress and get the $700 back or whatever it costs.
I'm not going to the prom with him. Your money back. We still going to college, all this and that, but she ain't even, okay. I get not telling your mama you on tape. I get that for sure. Like, but make up a lie. Like, come on, man. Kids lie to their parents all the time. Harmless lie. He cheated on me, Mom. I'm done with him.
Right. Anything but what she was doing. This was
like, come on. I fully understand not telling your mom the truth, even though you should,
So she went to the prom for her mother. She went to his prom for her mother, not for
my mama. You can go with her, mama.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So if she's somebody gonna be the next LeBron, then you go out with it.
Hey, he's not the next. He's not going. He better not go to that league.
We saw LeBron James' mama. She was cool with the youngins.
Right. And
but I mean, maybe. Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, me just resonating with Akeisha, like having the weight, because I'm the first person that went to college or graduated college in my family, like my mom's generation, my generation. So I understand the weight and your family putting so much pressure on you. And my grandmother was dying of cancer when I was being shipped off to college, and that was her dying wish. Like it was a lot on me. So that's why I think I resonate with Keisha, because I've had that pressure on me before. And I get you. I'm a people pleaser. Well, I was a very much more people pleaser then. So it's like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Her mom, not saying she understands what's Keisha's psyche, but she keeps saying, I gotta celebrate something. You gotta give me something to be happy for. Like, so she's playing these things in her head, and that's because that night she was supposed to tell her about Justin, but she sees all these things, hearing all these things, and it pulls her back into the lie. So.
Absolutely.
Not saying it's right, but I get it.
Exactly. And then, child, because of what happened with her mom, the dress, everything, she decides to go to the prom, and she takes this time after they almost did the do to tell him this, and I was just like, girl, it was the wrong road. Wrong road. Y'all, let me know.
Well, this should have been the last episode. Romance over. Get your ass up on my pool. Let's find me another girl. Because I'm a good guy.
Right.
Good future. Peace, baby. It's been real.
So she wants him to understand that she needs to go to the prom, go to his Christian's prom to make her mother happy. I just don't understand. And I understand Keisha not telling her mother about, you know, the other thing that happened, the video, the audio, and all that just going down. You better tell your mother that, but not you gonna force yourself to go. So you doing this for your mother, like you live with your soul. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. You on mute me, Nita.
Yeah.
Damn, I was on mute. Damn.
Yeah, and keep it just a secret too. I mean, from the mother, like she can come on to his house, all walking around, eating and swimming in the pool every day, and he can't come over there. And, I don't know.
Yeah, that was bad. Shayna said, shout out to her. Definitely wrong road. She been around his family. She going to prom, and with someone else, and she's still keeping him a secret.
Right,
Like the whole keeping him a secret thing, that would have been kind of like a violation for me. Like I don't know, y'all.
I agree with the mother when she made that statement early on. I want you to be a black girl, but I want you to be disrespected. And at this point, she was disrespecting Justin.
Yeah, my bad. I thought I was muted.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah,
she was disrespecting him. So
yeah.
Oh, I felt real bad for him right here.
They was acting they behinds off. When I tell you I teared up, I was like, oh my God, I just wanted to hug Justin.
Right. It was.
He was having a panic attack.
This is one of them times where I'm trying to be more sensitive, y'all. Because Justin, you looking like a real sucker right now. Bro, you know how many girls you could get in that high school? You done hit buckets now. You rich. Somebody need to tell Justin you rich. I can't.
Yeah, he got a nice house.
We rich.
Hills or something. They living nice.
I got a car. Well, I don't even know if he got the car yet. He ain't got the car yet, but still, we rich. I'm not an ugly dude.
Right.
What are we talking about here? Like, dog, you looking like a real sucker, man.
Yeah. His first heartbreak.
Hey, man.
At least his mother allowed him to stay home.
Yes, see, that wouldn't have happened.
Recover. No, y'all, because when I tell you, I don't know if he wants all that or whatever, but it could happen in school, and you could be like devastated in school. So,
yeah.
I'm glad
he was the heartbreak thing, man. It's real, but dog.
Yeah, I understand it.
I learned, man, you got to fake it till you make it, Justin. I know it hurts, but
that's not healthy.
My mother and father would have said,
yeah, you
they wouldn't let me stay home. They would say, you going to school.
No, you ain't staying home.
You ain't staying home, yeah.
But if he's cursing his brother out like that, which is abnormal, she's probably forward thinking, like, my son is at this white school. Like we can't afford any situations because he's in a bad mood already, and just somebody just saying a little something that can turn out bad. Just how Keisha was at old girl's afro, he would have definitely probably acted on his emotions, and that would have been bad for everyone. So yeah, I appreciate her assessing that situation. Back in the day, my parents weren't doing that, but I think
all this talking and stuff. No, they ain't do that. We know a little different now, so we more sensitive and. But all that, yeah, they wouldn't have did all that talking and you gonna stay home from school.
Right.
He slept all day, poor baby.
He slept the whole day. It was tragic.
He they had put food on a tray for him.
Yep. The housekeeper came, cleaned up the room and everything.
See, they got a housekeeper. So they brother said they got money.
Right. Tutors, housekeepers.
Somebody tell Justin, you up, man. You up, bro. What the hell is wrong? You know your worth. brother.
You're right. He dealing
You
with
a
a
good
lot.
dude.
That is true.
He dealing
Like,
with a lot.
I always wondered that he have a little bit of Asperger's or something, along with the ADHD, because he seems,
Yeah, he does seem like he's neurodivergent. He has like some, yeah.
Davina, Keisha look, she good, but dog, keep you a secret. She don't value you, bro. She should be excited to bring you around her mama.
Right.
Yeah, and that's a come up. Forget about the guy who's trying to be LeBron. That's a come up right there.
Right.
Yeah.
You got some good dude. He already rich. Gonna be successful.
Yeah.
And he making beats.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
So he finally sees his text messages. She's been blowing him up. And he typed out a whole lot. Well, he definitely didn't delete it, because you know how he write all his feelings down and then he'll delete it and just say, hey, no. Like
I
Inga
love that.
said,
I thought he was going to delete that, Nita.
me too. I said yes, and then hit the block.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love
Mhm.
it.
I was so happy.
I mean, he wasn't all the way. He wasn't all the way slow. He knew when to block her. He knew to
But
block.
no, he should have blocked her on social media, and he wouldn't have saw them prom pics. He only blocked her in the phone, so he needed to block social media as well. But he did good. He did good.
She should have just went on ahead and been with LeBron Jr. Cause you like him still. He did your take. Just stand on that. Yes.
She was happy when they came out there with that prom dress and all the balloons and the chicken and the whole family. The whole neighborhood was out there.
That's why I'm saying, and this ain't even her prom. This is his prom. Like, mom was supposed to do this when she graduated. What are we talking about?
I know the cousins was going crazy. They act like they was married to a rich family.
I mean, they thinking he the prize, so they let's pull out the good meats.
Well, she said the good meat. She said with a raggedy braid. No, she didn't.
Damn.
Man,
why y'all make me relive this, man? Justin, you a sucker, dog. Dad, hey, what's his dad name? Come on, man. I need to have another talk with your son, bro. You doing a hell of a job, Dad, but I'm gonna check. I
think he was unclear. I don't think he knew exactly what was going on with this situation.
No, I don't think the father knew, because he probably would have really intervened if he knew.
He would have.
He talking about he definitely would have been like, man, you going out like a sucker, son. We can't have this.
The only reason the mother knew is because the little brother was, ratting and being nosy.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole neighborhood was out there.
Right. 1 month later, girl, I hope it was worth it, girl, because it would have been a wrap with me and you, girl. And I'm just gonna keep it funky,
That's how.
Oh yeah, it's over, baby.
Exactly, y'all. So we've been on here for almost 2 hours. You know it's good, okay? So, but we had a couple extra guests. So of course, when you have a large panel, you got a lot of thoughts to get out. So I think we did good, under 2 hours discussing 2 episodes. One of my favorites, actually. Yeah, you guys. So if anybody has anything else to say,
It's a good conversation. Let's see, going 2 hours, because it's a lot of stuff to break down. It's a great conversation.
Yeah. Yeah, I loved it. We had a good time. I think the most I saw in the chat was about 27, 28, but it's all good. If you're catching it on the replay, definitely catching on the replay. Drop down in the comments. Let us know how you feel about things. Did you like the nuance? Did you like the representation that you're seeing on the screen? I love that it was non-violent. Like I love all the aspects. It's wholesome. It's just like a feel-good show. And I think I just can't say, praise it more than what I am doing right now. But I do want to give the panel their time to shine and let us know what's going on their channels. I'm gonna go ahead and start with Inga first. Let the people know.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. And I went back to rewatch these 2 episodes today just so I could be ready. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, and I can't. I'm ready for the second season, or if they call it seasons, I guess. I'm ready for the next part to see them what they're gonna do later. So yes, I'm here for it. And then I don't have nothing going on. I'm taking a break for a couple of days, and then I'll be back. And got BMF coming up, and and then Godfather Harlem. So that'll be next week.
All right, sounds good. Let's go with Tamika. What you got, boo?
I am going to be joining Kay and EJ tomorrow. Was supposed to be tonight, but we pushing it back to tomorrow to talk about the season finale of that raggedy ass Handmaid's Tale. I have to go in on some people on there, but other than that, just keep your notifications on. Stay tuned. Glad to join the conversation with you guys again.
Absolutely. Moochie, what you going? What's going
Hey, I don't really got a plan. I am trying to set up some kind of raising Canaan thing, but other than that, I'm just rocking with everybody until I get a set schedule at home.
on? Okay, we got you. All right, our special guest, Pretty Girl Loves Trap Content.
Well, again, thank you, Nita. I feel like I was talking a whole lot, but I was just excited to talk about this show. So my apologies. But yeah, in terms of my channel, I'm pretty much kind of taking a quick little break. BMF is coming up, that it's pending based on my patience in June. In the wedding, so I have a lot going on with that. And yeah, so I have some Raising Canaan content that I just uploaded a couple days ago. So please check that out if you don't mind.
All right, absolutely, Brillo. Last but not least,
Yeah, it's the press torch. Keep your notification bells on. I got a video that I think I'm gonna drop it tonight, about like 10 o'clock. I'm gonna start bashing the shop probably this next episode. Oh yeah, big hating. And what else? Yeah, just keep your notification bells on. We press it.
all right, y'all. Well, had a great time. Make sure we're gearing up for episodes 5 and 6, and then we'll be ending it out 2 weeks from then with the finale. So yeah, y'all had a great time. Love hearing everybody's opinions. Love all of the discussion, and we'll see you back here next week, Wednesday, 6:05 Eastern Standard Time, and we are out, y'all. Peace. Thanks for coming.
Peace, y'all.